Ray. What do you want to do tonight?
Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Wealth is not how much money you have. Wealth is what you're left with when you lose all your money. Roger Hamilton. At the beginning of my entrepreneurial journey, I didn't see all the opportunity and wealth surrounding me. All I saw were all of my friends being successful, and it seemed like I was the only one going through so much challenge. I couldn't figure out what value I could provide for the world. I wanted to take action towards wealth, but I didn't know how. I wanted to serve others, but I thought if that was all I did, then how would I take care of myself? Then one day it hit me. Wealth was all around me. It was in every single moment. I just wasn't seeing it. This was brought to my attention at a conference in San Diego. The theme of abundance and happiness continued to come up time and time again. As people brought up their struggles and we discussed them, it became more and more apparent that most of the struggles that we had were self-created. We believed something to be true, so we blocked off every other possibility. Through discussion, more possibilities were opened up to those who were struggling. The realization in the circle was, there is always another way. This meant so much to me because for years I'd felt that the only way to get what I wanted was to suffer for it. Hard work, hardship, failure, struggle, etc. All these things had to happen before I could find joy, peace, success, or love. The idea that I only had to go through those things because I believed they were necessary, and the idea that I could find joy and peace, success, and love without suffering first, rocked the foundations of my world and brought me to tears of relief. Slowly, I began to change my belief. Instead of looking for the pain I had to go through, I started to look for the pleasure I could find in doing my work, relating to those around me, and generally existing. It took some time and persistence, but finding small pleasures led to finding larger ones, until eventually I was seeing wealth, beauty, service, and love all around me, even in the people I used to envy so much for their successes. I changed my perspective on wealth. I'd found that my real understanding of wealth existed in the value I could bring to those around me, which ultimately led me to creating my current book publishing business and writing the book you're listening to right now. I'd found or forged my other way. That's how wealth makes sense to me. To you, it might be somewhat different. Wealth is in the eye of the beholder, because wealth is an individual desire. Only you know what you really want and why you want it. Only you know what your definition of wealth is. Maybe it's more money than you could ever spend. Maybe it's all the time with your family you want. Maybe it's traveling the world. No two people will have the exact same definition. And because only you know what wealth is for you, only you know the best way to get there. Your vision, your action steps, your rituals, etc. But the wealth you want is reflected in the value you provide. The more value you provide for the world, the more wealth you will have. The more grateful you are for all of your opportunities, the more opportunities will come to you. If you focus on what makes you happy and how you can add value to others, then you will be wealthy. Notice that I'm not automatically equating wealth with money. This is partially because of the difference in individual definitions of wealth described above, and partially because money particularly follows value. It may seem counterintuitive, but if you start by creating value and helping others become wealthy, happy, and loving, the wealth, and specifically the money, will follow. It's only when we try to put money ahead of creating value that money doesn't show up. Look at every person that has money. They didn't chase money. They created value, and because of that value, they made a lot of money. Your bank account is in direct correlation with how much value you are providing to this world and everyone in it. The more people you help make money, the more those people will give you money to keep helping them. Money is a value. The more value you give, the more money shall be given to you. Now look around you and see all the potential wealth. Now that you see it, you can do something with it. You can create value with all of your opportunities. I guarantee the more value you create for others, the more your bank account will rise. The more your bank account rises, the more value you will be able to create. The more value you are able to create, the more your bank account will rise. Giving is receiving. it's an upward spiral. Now I would love for you guys to comment below and answer these 2 questions. What does wealth mean to you, and why do you want to be wealthy?